Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday, talking a little real estate. Nothing I like better than a little real estate with Ryan, then football in the evening. It's a great Saturday. Hope everybody's having an amazing weekend, and thank you for tuning in. We've got a good show for you, as always. A lot of busy news on the real estate market. So we're talking about today. Ryan, what are we talking about? So there's a lot of myths in the real estate industry. And there's lots of confusion, right? Do agents do this? Do they do that? How about this? Do we save money if I use an agent? And we're going to tell you, don't fall for these myths. So we're going to talk about certain myths. Don't fall for those. And in this time, in this economic season, it's always a good time to hire a great agent to have in your corner. We call it teamwork. We're always better as a team. And so that's what we're talking about, some of the real estate myths that are not actually factual. So something that we're good. I thought it was a good point to talk about today as we're coming into the weekend. October, you know, it's last quarter of the year. Hard to believe. October is a special time in the Coleman household. All my beautiful, lovely ladies, it's their birthday. Mom's been gone for a period of time. It's hard to believe. Her birthday was just yesterday. And, of course, my daughter's birthday it's towards the end of the month. And then my wife's birthday in a couple of weeks. That's actually, better not forget that. I'll be in the doghouse. That's coming quick. So a lot of great things happen in October. And as far as the real estate market, you know, it's the last quarter of the year. It's a special time in East Tennessee. We've got so much going on. And, you know, the fall weather, everything's beautiful. It hasn't been so beautiful lately, obviously, with a lot of the tragedy in East Tennessee. We've got property out in Newport. A lot of our clients, they're doing okay. We've checked on them. But with the storm, our friends out in North Carolina, it's just been horrific. I know you guys have seen that on the news. And so I know a lot of people, a lot of our clients are giving and helping. And, you know, so we encourage that. And we've got with our local church, and they're doing things. So a lot of news on that. We won't talk about that, and troubles with supplies getting there. So, you know, all we can do is just give a big prayer out for everybody there and say a prayer for all those families, for everybody that's going through what they're going through. Couldn't imagine, if you're watching on social media, probably like I am, some of the tragedies and just different stuff there. It's just horrific. So our team, everybody here, our family, we're giving prayers out for everybody out there. And if there's anything in the world we can do, we've done it. And continued prayers, I'm sure, is what they need to as they rebuild. So a lot going on in the real estate market. Rates actually went up a tad bit. Rates just are moving up to 6.25. Actually, I'm sorry. It was 6.25 on one article, but I think we're up on the 6.12. So they were at 6.08. So if you look at different places there, it could gauge. But obviously the market went up just a tad bit on the interest rate. 30-year mortgage rose to 6.12. It's the first increase in 7 weeks. Freddie Mac mentioned that. A year ago, the rate was 7.49. So that tells you anywhere where we've been in the market and the economy. That was a different, as I was talking to a client last week regarding last year's market. 2023 was just a different market. And I think this year's been stronger. Obviously, there's some challenges, political season, interest rate, inflation, you name it, floods. We've got all kinds of things going on. But the overall market versus last year, the rapid increase of interest rates, some of those were close to 8%, has been an improvement. A lot of the news and feedback of where we're seeing this last rate adjustment, right? We're talking about the rates because it's on everybody's mind, right? So the last rate adjustment, we're seeing a pickup in the housing market to some degree. Now, it's not, like I say, gangbusters and houses are selling left and right, but it is an improvement. And a lot of this is expected as we roll into the end of the year, roll over into next year. We're expecting some more federal Fed cuts. Barring the 15-year mortgages, looks like they are about 5.25 as well. So, like I said, last year was about 7.2 in May at the peak of its season. So we're definitely off to a better part of the season. And, I really think the fall market will be a great opportunity. We're talking about more homes sitting on the market. Look, before I get back into the show, let me do some first congrats to some great listings, great pending sales, our great clients, and then we'll jump into the show. See, got a lot going on. All right, we got some news here. Congrats, new listings. Let's go some congrats. Pending on Harper's Place in Farragut. Congrats to our great sellers getting that under contract. Nice little couple that's coming from East Tennessee, and they've got a job transfer, and so they're moving out there closer to home, and glad to have you. So that's super exciting. Our great clients on Bingham Island, they poor sweethearts. They're our seniors, and they were one of the families that was almost impacted by the flood. They actually evacuated their whole neighborhood. The sheriff was actually knocking on the door and threatened arrest. So they were telling me that at the closing. And she was like, honey, I'm 71 years old, 3 hurricanes. We're not going anywhere. Bless them. So they didn't leave, and everything was fine, and they were in our prayers. And so we actually got that closed. And there's a wild story about that listing, but appreciate them and thanks to all our team and their hard work on getting that done. New listing at Hidden Valley Road out in Gatlinburg. Strong income-producing property out in the Smokies. Make sure you check that property out. New listing in North Knoxville on Fountain Gate Road, 5329 Fountain Gate Road. Check that. That should be in the market next week. 1009 Cricketwood Way. If you're looking to do a cost segregation, or if you're looking for a 1031, this is a great property, income-producing property in the Smokies. The new listing in Knoxville, 108 Nadia Drive. That should be hitting the market next week. Great property, huge backyard, good layout, beautiful wood floors throughout. Make sure you check that property out. And then we got some news. We'll get into that on our fall update. All right, so we're getting into the real estate market. Where's the housing market? What's going on with inventory? So another rates made a cut recently, and kind of feel like everybody, it was maybe done a little bit late. That being said, market, we are seeing some pending sales. We are seeing some pickup. Ideally, that would have happened in the spring, summer market, but it is what it is. And then the pros and everybody in the marketplace are saying, as we project into 2025, that's hard to say that, right? 2025, we're going to see hopefully in the spring of 2025, some of those rates decline more. So, but who really knows, right? So if you know anything of 2024, where we try to gauge the market, you can't gauge the market. We know now that there's more inventory that's coming on the market, and a new article came out today, said that they're just sitting on the market a lot longer. And if your home is on the market, we've got a lot of great clients that are dealing with some of these battles, and also new sellers that are putting in the market that are needing to sell for a combination of reasons. More houses are coming on the market last month and are setting for a longer period in past September. Homes that are on the market are averaging about 55 days last month, according to Realtor.com. I think the Knoxville housing market in the Knoxville DMA area, specifically Knoxville, is about 56 days on the market, so that's right in with the average trend. The report shows the housing market is shifting away from depressed inventory and soaring home pricing in the recent years. The housing market is starting to look better as buyers and as mortgages fall, rates decrease. So that's kind of what we're seeing. And I think, a lot of people that we're dealing with in this local market, East Tennessee, have anticipated first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Those anticipations didn't happen. A lot of that where we all thought the market was going to be a little bit different. And a lot of it goes to buying power with the interest rates and everything that's going on and affordability. Even though there's a little bit more inventory in the market, homes are setting a little bit longer. And I think that's one of those conversations that you got to have is say, listen, we're not in the market 2 years ago. It was great. Multiple offers, different things like that. So, we've got a lot of different moving in the marketplace. And I felt like that was a good time to kind of tie in the myths as you're looking to sell, whether it's now or we progress to 2025. You're going to be hiring an agent, I hope. And these are some of the myths that if you hear, from a friend, we want to debunk those and then give you some good advice on it. So first myth is all real estate agents are the same. We hear that a lot. In any industry, there's a lot of people that are in the industry that do a really good job, and some do it so. That's a good word, right? And do it so. So all agents are not the same, just like, I can tell you, I'm about to go get my hair cut. Couldn't get it done today, right? And this is a good example, right? Both for my kids and for myself. Well, when you get something that's really good with you, your hair, and I'll say that. I know my wife is really particular with that, ladies. You get somebody that's a good hair person or contact, you're going to go with them, right? And you're gonna move your schedule around with that. The same thing in the real estate market if you're looking to hire an agent, which I strongly suggest. It's teamwork in this market. You're going to find somebody in the marketplace that you trust and that you can know you help you in a certain specific scenario, right? So I know we're coming to the break in just a few minutes. Stay with us. We've got so much more back with Real Estate with Ryan. We're talking about agent myths as we go into the second half.
Your friend promised we wouldn't be homeless.
He promised. He's doing everything to fix it.
You need to call and have him fix it now.
Hey, man.
Found us a house.
No, not yet. Let me call you back. We're working on it.
Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty.
He says he's doing the best he can do, honey.
Well, he's taken too long. I knew we should have gone with Ryan Coleman.
Choosing the right agent is never easy.
Call your hometown experts. We'll take care of all the details and make sure you don't get stuck in a motel.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, we're back at it, Real Estate with Ryan's second half, talking about real estate agent myths. As I progress moving to 2025, again, it's still hard to say 2025. I was looking through some memories and some Facebook memories, and you probably guys are as well. Look at your kids and different things that we post. And I was just seeing my kids, and I was like, that was like yesterday. And they were so itty bitty, and Isaac's still itty bitty. He's only 4. But seeing my daughter, how she was young and still young, but time's flying. It's hard to believe that years and weeks are just going by. So enjoy those moments, and thank you so much for spending time with us. Listen, if you're tuning in for the first time, you see this show, you say, hey, who's that guy on radio? Well, my name's Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, and we do this show every week. We love talking about real estate, no politics, just have fun. And the housing market has a lot of news going on, hopefully giving you the right information to help you make good decisions. And if you're looking for an agent, we'd love to help you. And hopefully this show gives you a little insight of how we work and how we take care of our great clients. You can always catch us on News Talk 98.7 at 1 o'clock. And then, of course, Talk Radio at 11 o'clock. We're streaming all over the air on social media, from Facebook to X to Instagram to YouTube. And, of course, Spotify, iTunes, and all those good places you can find us. So every Saturday we're there doing this show, and we appreciate your time with us. It means the world. Now, look, you're thinking about going to sell this year and trying to know exactly what your home's value. It's a big decision. I've done this well. I've got another text yesterday about this. And there's never a better time to kind of see where your home's value is. And you may not be ready to do that now, right? There's a lot of opportunities out there, Ryan. I'm not ready for an agent. I'm not sure where I'm at. And that's okay. We've got a great tool for you. And it's done by our team here. It's not sent out to some computer or AI. They haven't taken our positions yet. Yeah, and so we'll give your home's value. And I think that's probably, as we progress to the end of the year, I need to know what my home's worth. I need to know what it's worth, maybe what I'll need to do to it, Ryan, as I get further along. But right now, I need to know a baseline. You're saying the market's changing a little bit. You got homes in the market a little bit longer. Rates are down some. How has that impacted my house? And, that's a good question, and that's the first starting point. We offer a service. You can text us at your convenience, so make sure you grab a pen. Or remember this number. It's kind of easy, right? If not, you can catch us on a replay. But text us your home value. It's a very valuable service. Doesn't cost anything. And these are real accurate numbers, but understand they're as accurate as I can see the information or pictures and things like that. So we may need a little more information to help give you the best decision. But text this number at 865-290-2290. That's 865-290-2290. Text us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We'll try to get to you as quickly as we can. And say, hey, look, I'm selling my property, or I'm thinking about selling my property, and I need some more information, Ryan. Be no pressure, but we're there to help you. It's a very valuable service. That's where I would start as we close the end of the year, to kind of know where you're at. And if you want to update that, we can do that as we go to 2025. Great client that I've got in Maryville. he took care. We were working with him over a year. We just made an offer on a condo in Maryville, and he took me on that journey. I remember it's almost a year ago, and we've been working with him. They're downsizing from a 3-level condo to a 1-story. So it works, guys. And if you're there, it's to make service and make that call if you need our help. Okay, getting back into the show, talking about the agent myths. Before we do that, let's go Vol update real quickly. All right, we got Vol update. As you know, we're playing tonight, 7:30, Arkansas Razorbacks away. I'm sure you guys be watching that game, rooting on our Vols. Big game. And so we're not number 4, we're number 5 in the country. I can't remember at the top of the show, but we're there, and it's amazing to watch them. And then not far from there, we have our big giveaway. So make sure if you're following us on social media, make sure you October 12th, home game, Tennessee versus those Gators. Beat those Gators. We're giving away tickets. We're having those, I think, until the following Wednesday. Make sure you like our page, subscribe to our page, and then share it with a friend. That's all you have to do to enter. And we're giving away those 2 sets of tickets plus a parking pass. Make sure you check that out. And of course, we've got autographed footballs from Brew McCoy. Hope you guys have seen the new commercial out. Hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, or show me some love, or send us a message. Let us know what you think. I got good results on that. So fun doing that with Brew. And of course, our men 2024 season to 2025 season first games October 27th. Versus Indiana, men's basketball back in action. Hard to believe that. That's our 60-second Vol update. Hometown Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols. So much going on. Seems like it was yesterday that basketball season was in play, and here it is. That's how quickly the year's moving. So we're talking about the agent myths, right? Market's changing, Ryan. Do I really need an agent? They're all the same. You know, you put a sign in the yard, that's what you do. Sometimes I wish it was that easy. It's not always that easy. Anybody that's in the sales business or people business know that when you're dealing with people, it's never that easy. So we like to make it that easy, but there's always a lot more to it. We talk about teamwork as we're talking about the show. As the industry has changed, changes in our industry, different marketing plans, different companies are doing different things. I mean, we really strongly urge you to reach out. And if you're interviewing one, or maybe that friend or family member you're thinking about going with, we understand that and respect that. Make sure you reach out. Get a second interview. As we know, homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer. The last thing you want to do is make that quick decision, that easy decision to go with somebody, that friend, that family member. And that marketing may not be there. Maybe the expertise may not be there. Maybe there's something different. I don't know. Maybe you do decide to go with that person. But there's an opportunity and there's power, at least in interviewing at least a second agent there. So I'd encourage that as we move forward. Understanding how the market changes with the new rule, or basically a change in commission. How is that going to affect your property? I've had so many people of my clients really confused on the marketplace. The news media does a great job on that, right? News media does a great job saying that, oh, we're going to save this and do this. In actuality, that's usually far from the case, but they're great talking points. Nothing has changed in how we market a property. There is changes on certain things that can be disclosed, certain things you can't do, but that's why I say that other meeting with a great agent is going to help you understand what marketing plan makes sense, who's going to market and reach out to out-of-state buyers, and is it an advantage to offer compensation to a selling agent? Is it not? I mean, those are things for a conversation that I think you should have in today's marketplace. We're seeing that. Feedback's key. I think one of the things that most people understand that as we go on the market a lot, our team is working really hard on feedback. And we just listed a property over in North Knoxville the other day, and I think that understanding not only the feedback on the front end when you have that walkthrough presentation, but making sure we have the property in curb appeal shape, right? First impression still hasn't changed. As we go into fall season, East Tennessee there's not a better time in East Tennessee than fall. But the presentation when we walk up to the property needs to be there. Beds need to be trimmed, yard needs to be manicured, flowers, seasonal flowers need to be put out. Those are things that make an impression. Because remember, if we're selling a home that's a homeowner, right, it's an emotional buy. And if we don't have that emotional buy, don't get that warm, fuzzy feeling, or maybe I pull up right? And maybe we do a drive-by. And we do the drive-by, and I said, well, I like the neighborhood, but it looks like it needs a little love over here, needs a little bit of work over here. And there's a combination of reasons those things could happen, but make sure we spend the extra money on the front end so that when we get people curb appeal, we want them to come inside. We want to make sure that we're catching them on the curb appeal. So nothing has changed on your curb appeal. Let's talk about myth number 2. You can save money by not using an agent. I guess there's always that opportunity to do that, and there's been those specific scenarios where that is the case. But as a seller, you can save some money working with the pro as well, from negotiations to marketing, right? Having an agent in your corner in this market is your eyes and ears on the ground. In real estate, it's always localized. In East Tennessee, you've got to know this market because that East Tennessee market is different than South Carolina or Georgia or Florida market. Totally different. And in today's market, you need to know somebody that's active in the marketplace that really has a pulse in the marketplace. We like to say that we do, but there's a lot of great colleagues that we work with all the time. They do a great job as well. And so when you have a pulse in the marketplace and do the volume that we do business-wise, those strategies are key in today's marketplace. Making the right offer, making the right escrow, asking for the right things. I got an offer the other day. It was on an inspection, and I don't have much time, but there's these companies in town that do these foundations, and all of them come out with these $6,000 or $10,000 offers, whether it needs something or not, or it's it's a settlement crack, and before you know it, they want a $10,000 bill. Those are not the right advice when you're trying to negotiate on the front end. So all these things come into play when you're using an agent to help you and market the property and find the right property, right? Got no time left, but I appreciate your time on the show. Go Vols. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great weekend.